Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is SuperNova Fandom. And I am Colton Roberts, the creative director of SuperNova Network. Today, we're gonna talk about some interesting things. Can't wait to do that. We're gonna talk about the top 10, or my top 10 favorite Wizarding World movies. Yep, top 10 favorite Wizarding World movies. This franchise, I absolutely love it. We are currently reviewing it over there on the SuperNova show for TMG Entertainment, so that's great. Yeah, we've reviewed all the way up to The Prisoner of Azkaban and The Goblet of Fire, so that's good. But hey, you're going to get my little review of it myself. So yeah, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to the video if you like it. Yeah, thank you so much. This past week we had SuperNova Kids, and they talked about Pokemon. So SuperNova Rafa, SuperNova Alex, they talked about Pokemon. It was really good. Yep, and I mean, yeah, that's what they did. They talked about the Pokemon video games. So go ahead, and if you like this video, you like us over here at SuperNova Network, go watch SuperNova Kids. It's good family-friendly content there. But to start off our list, this is number 10, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Yeah, what do I have to say about this? Eddie Redmayne, he is a great actor in this movie, but honestly, out of the 10 movies, it's not my favorite. I think it's good, but there are parts in it where it is really, really boring. All the Makusa stuff, boring. All the Percival Graves stuff is good with Credence, while he's trying to figure out who the Obscurus is. But the Obscurus just rolling through and killing the senator and stuff. I don't like that. I like the ending. Having Johnny Depp as Gellert Grindelwald is good. I like that. But yeah, besides that, there's not a whole lot. I like that they established a Wizarding World in the Americas. That's pretty cool, because as a person I live in the United States, it's always been weird that I could never go to Hogwarts, because that's only a British thing. And the French, they have their school, and so do the Bulgarians. So it was weird that we never had one in America. So I like that they talk about Ilvermorny here, and they talk about the Thunderbird, which is one of the Ilvermorny houses. Unlike Hogwarts, they name it after the animal, not the founder. The founder of Ilvermorny was not so cocky and arrogant that they named the individual houses after themselves. They named it after animals, which that's cool. And we saw one of them, the Thunderbird. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Next one, number 9, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone / the Philosopher's Stone for our international viewers out there. I love this movie. This gets to the part where I'm a huge fan of the books, and this is the most true to one of the books, but it is also the one that is the most childlike. Not a bad thing. I have 2 kids, but it is definitely the lower on the list because it is I'm so not the age that I used to be. I like the backstory of Harry. I like his lifestyle before He becomes a wizard. That's really cool. But yeah, like I'm just Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint. Great. Uh, like it's a great introduction to the universe. I really like that. But yeah, like that's pretty much all I have to say. I only like it. I don't love it. All right. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. That's my number 8. Um, it's definitely a different type of movie. It's the first one in the series where there's a part 1 and a part 2, and you'll see part 2 later on in the list. Don't worry. But it also, these two movies kind of started a fad of taking the last movie in a book series and splitting it up into 2 volumes, or into 2 cinematic adventures, essentially. So yeah, like not bad, not bad at all. There are some things from the books, like Dobby's death in the movie isn't as impactful because we hadn't seen him since Chamber of Secrets. And in the books, you see him quite frequently. He's in book 4. He's the one who gives Harry the gillyweed, and he's working in the Hogwarts kitchens and stuff like that. So you have more of a connection to Dobby. So his death at the end of midway through Deathly Hallows book is pretty impactful. The end of the movie, it's not as impactful, in my opinion. I did not think so anyway. But next one, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I am not a fan of this movie. This is one of the movies where I understand it's a good movie, but the stuff that they left out of the book is absolutely ridiculous. All of that backstory for Voldemort, I can't stand that they left it out. It's so good in the books, and I can't separate that from the movie. Other than that, movie was good. Yeah, like Snape kills Dumbledore. It's great. Spoiler alert. Sorry out there, the 3 people, 5 people, 12 people, however many people are going to watch this video. Sorry, I may have just spoiled that Snape kills Dumbledore. My bad. But yeah, like, it's a good time for all. Again, the movies from this point only get better. And the next one, number 6, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Even though we see, like I told you, Dobby, not in this movie. That definitely steps it back a little bit. But everything else is really good. David Tennant as Barty Crouch Jr. is great. The first trial in the Triwizard Tournament is great. I feel so sorry for the spectators in the second one and the third one because they can't see anything. And this is starting to where the movies that were below this, I don't like as much. This movie, I'm not a fan. But, I mean, I'm a fan of the series altogether. And altogether, they're great. All 10 of these, I think, are great movies altogether. But there are some of them not as good. And here comes Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Yeah, like Voldemort's resurrection, that's really cool. It's really cool. I wish he had the red eyes that he had in the books, but hey, things happen. You can't always do that. But yeah, good work. Now, my next pick, it's going to be very controversial because not a lot of people like this movie, but I love this movie. Halfway through the list, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. I know not a lot of people like this movie. I think Johnny Depp is a great Grindelwald. He is wonderful. Yeah, and then the entire crew from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, great in this movie. Yeah, like, I think this movie is better as a representation of what the books could have been, or like a prequel to the books, than it is a prequel to the movies. Because there are definitely aspects of the movie that and if you watch the SuperNova show, I got Or Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson of the SuperNova show, Robert Castner. We've talked about it. There's scenes in here that are just fan service. Like them going to Nicholas Flamel's house is only there because they want to see the Sorcerer's Stone. And, we want to see Nicholas Flamel because we've never seen him before. And, we got to do all this introduction. It's just, there are certain parts that are not good. The rest of it, great. And I love it. I love all of it. And I cannot wait to see where it goes. I hate that Johnny Depp's not going to be able to play Grindelwald because of stuff that's happened in real life. But hey, that happens. But yeah, all right. Number 4. This is also not going to be very popular because everyone loves this movie, and I'm not quite sure why. Number 4 is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Honestly, I think it is the least important of the Harry Potter movies. Like, the book for this, this is one of the only original Harry Potter movies where Voldemort doesn't show up. But the books still paint him as an outlying figure. Like, he's the reason that Wormtail betrayed the Potters, and he's the reason that he turned him over because he was the secret keeper. And he Wormtail killed all the Muggles and then blamed it on Sirius, so Sirius went to prison. You don't get any of that here. You get one scene where they talk about Sirius destroying all those people and destroying Peter Pettigrew and only leaving a finger. But that's it. And it's so much more detail in the books, and I'm not a fan. But, all right. Number 3, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Granted, this is where they should have started the Part 1 and Part 2, because Order of the Phoenix could have been 2 movies. But it was not. A lot was cut out of Order of the Phoenix's book. But guess what? I still like the movie. I really, really like the movie. There's some things like the Cho Chang relationship with Harry, that doesn't really go anywhere because after this, they don't reference it again in the movies. Now, granted, in the books, they say that it just didn't work out, and that's the reason why he gets with Ginny. And he gets with Ginny after this because of that. Because they just realized they couldn't do that. But number 3 is Order of the Phoenix because of Dolores Umbridge. She is such a good villain in this movie. She might be more evil than Voldemort, and that's saying something right there. That actress, she's such a good actress. I cannot remember her name to save my life right now, but she's a good actress. And yeah, no. She's great. Her getting taken away by the centaurs, you were like, yeah, she deserves it. And yeah, I like that she comes back in Deathly Hallows, but she's not the same. You see her for one scene, but the entire movie, she is an absolute terror. And then the fight at the Ministry is wonderful. Great. The Harry's trial, also great. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to number 2, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I love this movie. Even though, it's still younger, and it was my biggest problem with Sorcerer's Stone. But guess what? It is so much different. It's darker. The entire time you think, ooh, Harry might be the guy who's doing this. And he's trusted in Tom Riddle. And at this point in the story, you know what Tom Riddle is. And that's interesting. That this no, he's Voldemort. And the reveal that he is Voldemort is one of the best reveals ever. In the book, it's okay. It's an okay reveal. But in the movie, it's such a cinematic experience, and I love it. And last one, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. It's so good. I love it. Every second of this movie is so good. All of the Elder Wand stuff, great. Yeah, I wish more movies were like this. Like Alan Rickman's passing has definitely made this movie harder to watch because, you know, Snape dies in this movie. And he is the ultimate, he's a hero in most of the movie, even though, like, he's kind of creepy. He is kind of creepy. But guess what? He saves the day. And, yeah, like, I do like, this is the one thing from the movie that I like over the book. Harry destroys the Elder One, which totally makes sense. That's a thing that you would, a logical person would do. Destroy the Elder One. Because how are you going to prevent someone from disarming you later in life? What if you're like an 80-year-old man and someone is just like, haha, and they take your wand, Harry? Now they're the master of the Elder One? You've buried it in a crypt for 40 years. What are you doing? Like, it doesn't make sense. So if someone disarmed him later in life, they'd become the master of the Elder One. In Deathly Hallows Part 2, he breaks it. I don't like that he doesn't repair his Holly wand like he does in the book, but guess what? He destroys the Elder One, which is great, and I love it. But and it's the end of the series. Like, it's such a good ending, and yeah, like I absolutely love it, and I think it's the best Harry Potter movie in my opinion. But that was my top 10 favorite Wizarding World movies, and I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Go and watch if you're watching this and you've never watched TMG Entertainment, watch them. We got the SuperNova show, where right now we're talking about the Harry Potter movies. We talk Schmodown, and we're talking Loki and the Bad Batch. So come on, come watch that. If you're watching this, you better watch that. All right? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Watch SuperNova Kids. I think that's all we got. So I'm going to sign out. Catch you later. Nova Nation!